is everyone able to see?
Hello,
All
hello.
right.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Women in Caribbean Aquaculture Meet and Greet networking session. My name is Leanne Morris Bennett, and I will be your host for this session today. Just a few housekeeping matters before we start to introduce everyone who is here. I just want everyone to know that as soon as you enter the chat, I'd like for you to turn on your cameras so we can see who you are. And in the chat, you can add your name, tell us where you are from, and tell us one fun fact about you. We want to get all the information and on the people who join. We want to see where you're joining from. And of course, we want to get to be familiar with your faces. So, for anyone who enters, that's the first thing. Just turn on your camera. Hi, Renita, how are you? I'm
I
trying to
think it
find
takes a little
Renita.
while.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
it takes
hi,
a little
Renita.
while.
Hi, Renita. Hi, Marceline. Thanks for joining us. Just a bit of housekeeping matters. You are in the right place for the Women in Caribbean Aquaculture Meet and Greet. So before we get started, I wanted you to just come in. As you come in, turn on your cameras, wave hi, and in the chat, you can put your information. That is where you're joining us from, and one fun fact about you, and what part of the aquaculture industry you may be involved in. And then you can turn off your cameras and then we can get started. So Marceline Lewis, if you don't mind, and Ronita Olivier, if you don't mind, just turn on the cameras for us, please. Thank you. So, hi there. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you, Marceline. Very good to see you. Don't be shy.
It's a
Welcome to our
pleasure to
network.
be here.
Great. We understand it's a Saturday. Everyone is a little bit busy. We are in the middle of housework. We are probably in the middle of a lot of things. So it's okay to just show your face. It's a networking session. While we're at it, you notice that there are cameras on. I wanted to, of course, start with some introductions, starting with our CEO and president of the Caribbean Aquaculture Innovation and Education Hub, Dr. Julianne Rousseau. Dr. Rousseau, please go ahead. And I'll remind everyone shortly to turn on their cameras as they come in. Ronita and Grishma, we're still waiting. We have a panel of individuals here that would love to introduce themselves. But Dr. Rousseau, please, without further ado, go ahead.
Thank you, Leanne. So hello, everyone. We are, just to let you know, we are the first networking organization targeting aquaculture specifically in the Caribbean, Latin America, and we want to have a cross-cultural experience with women who are in industry throughout the world so that you can get to know us and we can get to know you and share our experiences. The Caribbean Aquaculture Education and Innovation Hub is a nonprofit that was started last year, and our three mandates are gender, which women in aquaculture. We are an unseen force, I believe. We started this group in 2022, and what we realized is that there are more women scientists, women extension agents, women who are middle managers. More women are doing these jobs, but we really don't know or get to know who they are. So this is a space for you to come on, feel comfortable to talk about what, your roles are, and we want to know who you are. So please leave your email because we want to start an email list. We want to be able to expand this out so that people can get, and it has served this for the last 3 years. I have met everybody here through a networking event, and we have a lot of women in our industry that come on. So please don't feel shy to show your face. We really would like it. It's a safe space. And you can turn off back your camera, but give us your email and let us know what you are doing. So welcome, and please sign up to our newsletter, which I'm going to leave in a link to let you know more about our different projects, our youth in aquaculture, which Teresa, she's going to tell you, introduce herself. We also have a Caribbean networking, which this is a part, but we also have another one where we do training and webinars and education. So check out our newsletter, check out our YouTube, and welcome.
Thank you so much, Doctor. So I see a lot of persons putting some information in the chat. Welcome, Trinidad and Tobago. I see persons from Panama City. I see persons from St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Kitts particularly, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Welcome, everyone. Without further ado, I would like to start with the introductions. Ronita, thank you so much for turning on your camera and seeing you, just waving at you and saying hello. Hi. So without further ado, we'll start introductions, I believe, clockwise, and then we'll go in the middle. So yeah, starting with this way. So starting with me, good afternoon again, everyone. My name is Leanne Morris Bennett, and I am the Acting Senior Research Officer with the National Fisheries Authority. I am also one of the chief individuals and one of the founding members of the Caribbean Aquaculture Innovation and Education Hub. And I'm specifically with the Women in Caribbean Aquaculture group. And I have been in aquaculture for 15 years. My specialty now has become mariculture, specifically oysters. So that's me. Go ahead.
Okay, I think that's me. Your
Yeah,
mic went.
yeah. Yes, sorry.
Hi,
If I pronounce your name wrong, please correct me.
got it. Hi everyone. Happy Saturday. My name is Jerisa. Jerisa Lee Luke, Jerisa for short. I'm from the United States / my family is from Trinidad. I've finished my master's in 2023. I was doing a thermal stress study, and I've now moved over to aquaculture. So I'm currently working as an aquaculture technician at the University of Florida, here in North Florida. I'm working on raising redfish. So we have red snapper, red drum, snook, croaker, porgy. I'm interested in moving towards marine pathology. But my role here, I'm here as the youth coordinator for the Caribbean Aquaculture Hub. So I'm working alongside Dr. Russo to connect with different young folks in aquaculture. We're looking to establish connections all across the region, looking to develop education, looking to highlight and introduce the realm and the field of aquaculture to all the young people in STEM. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and working with you, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks so much, Garisha. Nicole, go ahead.
Okay, hi everyone. Good afternoon, good night to wherever you are. Right, so I am based right now in St. Kitts at Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine. My background is microbiology, and I did a PhD looking at pathogens and diseases in the Caribbean spiny lobster. So by and large, my main interest is pathogens and parasites that might be in marine invertebrates, more specifically. I also do a little bit of work with the Department of Marine Resources here as their fishery scientist. And I too am really, really interested in building capacity right? We do have a network of scientists in general that have a lot to offer to the Caribbean. So it's really, really important for us really to come together and really build capacity in the Caribbean.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Go ahead, Rosalind.
Well, I'm the guest speaker, so I'll table that until after.
All right, no problem. So Ronita, I believe, go ahead and introduce yourself, followed by Vivi, and then Lisa, and then Rakini.
Good afternoon, all. So I'm Ronita Oliver from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in particularly the Grenadine Islands. I'm from Bequia. I'm into seafood cultivation and value-added production. However, for me, it's not just about the cultivation, but I take an ecological approach to doing so. So the coastal areas, when it comes to, the importance to our everyday life, water testing, water quality, how farming affects the ocean, the marine culture and aquaculture as a whole, because we would have suffered from a lot of natural disasters lately, from coral bleaching, the passing of Hurricane Beryl, where our ocean was swept. And in order for my business to thrive, I need to understand my environment and stuff. So I take a holistic approach to it, an ecological approach to it. I also use my business to educate, sensitize, inform, and do protective education and eco-tours and stuff. So I'm part of the aquaculture family. We're now getting started, but I know there's a lot more out there to explore. Also, I'm from a fishing community, so it's natural and it's important to me.
All right,
And-
great.
And Ronita, if you can let us know how can the hub help you? Like what kind of questions do you have, and what can we do to be able to answer questions from our scientists? Please let us know, send us an email, or when you're meeting our scientists, you can feel free to reach out and ask some questions.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Ronita. I realized I skipped Marceline. I'm so sorry about that. Go ahead, Marceline.
Hi, good evening. I am Maslin Lewis from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but specifically from Union Island. I am a CMOS value-added producer. So I have been innovating value-added products using CMOS. Currently, I have 3 product lines. And in cultivation soon, CMOS cultivation. So that's me in a nutshell.
That's wonderful. Do you know about the Hatch program that helps women businesses?
No.
Okay.
And trust me, I need all the help I can get because I'm in a field where, it's new. What I do is new, and so I need all the help I can get.
Send us an email and I will put you on to Hatch Blue, which helps women entrepreneurs in the Caribbean, specifically in aquaculture.
Thank you.
So we actually have a visit from Hatch tomorrow, which is Maslin and myself. Yes, we're meeting with Carlota and another person. I don't know who the other person is. So what she wouldn't get from the meeting today, she'll get it tomorrow.
Wonderful.
And the networking has already started. This is wonderful news. All right, Vivi, then Lisa, then Rashidi, please go ahead.
That's me. Hi, nice to meet everybody. I'm from Panama, and I was invited by Ross to join in this meeting. I'm not necessarily in the aqua business, or in aquaculture, but my strength has been for the last 40 years, help women get successful in their businesses. It doesn't matter which business they have. So I have been supporting women all over the world, actually, Africa, North America, help women entrepreneurs get to the next level. So that's where my strength is. And that's why I was very interested in hearing and joining your meet and greet today. It's just very exciting. And if there's any way I can support and help, I'm here to help them.
Definitely.
It's my way of giving back.
I would
Thank you
love
so
to talk to
much.
you. Did you leave your email?
I did.
Okay, awesome.
And I just want to let everybody know I have just launched a book that would help all your women entrepreneurs read and get them to the next level, wherever they need.
Please put it in the chat where we can find it.
We will do that. I will do that. Nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you too, Rahini. Thank you so much. Go ahead. Who have I left off? Lisa?
Patrice.
Patrice.
Yeah. Hi. So I am Lisa Benjamin. I am in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm based at the School of Vet Medicine in it's a part of UWI. So I'm an epidemiologist. I was a teacher in food safety and veterinary public health. Aquaculture is an area of interest of mine. So, but I come from the food safety angle. So I think later today I'll be talking to you about the Caribbean Academy of Sciences and another opportunity for presentation for you to present research. I'm really interested in seeing more research done from the Caribbean aspect when we do evidence-based studies that can be used to support decision making. We do not see a lot of research coming out from the Caribbean, and we really need to get that out there so that we can make decisions about, what to do in the about issues that we. So that's me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Have I left off anybody else? Apart from our wonderful guest speaker, who is going to come up shortly.
Yeah, Patrice. Hi, how is everyone doing?
Go ahead. Let's see you.
Can you guys see me?
Not yet.
No.
No? I don't know what.
Check the flap. If your computer has a privacy portion on it, check to see if you flicked it.
I think it's playing games on me because let's see, video.
We did see you before. Oh, there you go.
Did you?
Yeah, there you are.
Hello, everyone. I am so far removed from aquaculture. I know nothing about it, but I'm very happy to be here supporting Rosalind. I live in Panama City. I've lived here for 3 years this year and absolutely love it. My background is, besides military and government, is in mental health and wellness. So I have a master's degree in mental health and wellness, and I'm working on my PhD in mind-body medicine. I would be willing to assist you all with any type of administrative needs you may have. And in my spare time, and most of the time, I work as a gemstone artist. So that is my forte, and it is a pleasure to be here. I look forward to receiving and giving any information you might need from me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patrice. Thank you. Thank you. So I see there are quite a number of us in the chat. Hopefully we'll have a bit more because I know that a lot of us registered. So we're hoping to see everyone come in soon. In the meantime, I have saved the bestest for not the last, but for sharing some valuable information with us today. We have our wonderful guest speaker, Miss Rosalind Baitel. And so, hello? Yeah. Oh, yes. So go ahead and clap. Everyone can clap if you want to.
Oh, wow. Can you hear me? Because Can you hear me? Because now it's about to pour down rain in Panama.
Yes, I am on my end. Everyone?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Julie. I know Julie's going to screen share my presentation because so much of this revolves around the pictures I want you to see as well. So if Julie, if you can screen share that. I'm a little technologically challenged. So Julie, I'll just tell you when to forward the slides, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. So obviously this is called The Power of Networking. You're going to hear a little bit about my personal tips on networking and how we can further our mission with whatever our mission may be, whether it's gemstones or step-by-step talks or aquaculture or CMOS, and through the power of networking. And okay, next slide. I really want to thank Julie, Dr. Julianne Russo. We met in 2023 at the Latin American Aquaculture Conference, Instant Love Fest. We went out and had drinks after, and then really started talking. This was when she was in the beginning stages of forming the Caribbean Aquaculture Hub and WiCA, Women in Caribbean Aquaculture. So I raised my hand and signed up immediately to be the representative for Panama, because what we're doing is so women driven and it's so needed for networking and just really needed for a lot of reasons: ecology, employment, economy, and community engagement. So thank you, Julie, for inviting me to speak. Next slide.
Welcome.
Next slide. The
Yes.
slide number 3. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I am originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Although, as several of you know on the chat, my parents spent 16 years living on the Caribbean island of Montserrat. So I feel very Caribbean. And we have our several businesses on the Caribbean coast of Panama. So my degree is in biology, secondary science education from the University of Louisiana in Baton Rouge. I moved to Panama in 1985 to teach science for the schools in the Canal Zone and on the military bases. Along the way, I started dating and married a Panamanian from the Colón area. His family has a lot of coastal beach property in the area of Portobello specifically. And after years of being a scuba diver and a snorkeler and seeing the proliferation of sea cucumbers and knowing their value both ecologically and economically, I've been going down a slow road to commercialize and to proliferate our natural population of sea cucumbers in our area. Along the way, I became a co-founder of something called Panasea Aquaculture. And now that has segued into my presence with being the Panamanian representative of the Caribbean Aquaculture Hub. Because, as you're going to see a little later, our existing hatchery no longer is dedicated specifically to sea cucumbers. Where we operate, next slide. I'll just show you this. So we actually have a physical hatchery, but now that we've proven concept in one species, we are branching into being an open source forum for other invertebrate aquaculture, which is very exciting. So when we're talking about networking, how do you go about creating this concept, right? And then something that had never been done before. So anytime you're going down a road that has never been paved before, you have to figure out the road map. What are the steps going to be? Well, guess what? In Panama, when we were starting down the road of sea cucumbers, maybe many of you already know this, Panama was a signer on the worldwide ban preventing anybody from doing anything like harvesting sea cucumbers because they're endangered. So the very first step was how to figure out how to be able to do something with this species. I know somebody said earlier you were into spiny lobster. Somebody else is doing oysters. So I'm assuming it's a similar thing. we had to establish ourselves as a research and development facility first. Then we had to get permission from the Panamanian government to work within the worldwide ban. So to do that, we affiliated with a lot of research institutions. And that's why during the networking part, I can tell you, we have great affiliations with the Smithsonian. You'll hear more about that a little bit later. And we have to figure out how to comply with the CITES Treaty. I'd like to hear also a little bit more about how others of you in the region are doing CITES, that you're complying with that, and your blockchain. If you're using blockchain technology, we're also implementing that to be able to comply with CITES requirements. We were given a 5-year approval to be a research and development company, which we have proven concept. So now it's a path to commercialization. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, let's network. Now, whatever project you're working on, you need a face. You need somebody to get their face out there and volunteer to be the face of the research, the organization, the movement, whatever it is. So I know some of you are quite shy. If it's not you that's going to be the face, pick a face. Because one of the things that helped me early on, way before we even formed Panasea, for about 25 years, I was talking about sea cucumbers. So everybody knew, oh yeah, I'm the sea cucumber person in Panama. So whatever it is, if you can either be the face or pick the face, as you build a brand, as you build a movement, and weave that into your story. It also, all of you are from coastal areas. It's all about the story. And we as women are very good at telling a story. So those are 2 parts of networking that I highly recommend that you incorporate. Okay, next slide. Now, the first thing is, as you guys know, all politics is local. Whatever it is you're going to do, you've got to work through your local politics, whatever that looks like. Your local business leaders, your local political leaders, your local community leaders, your local economic base. And you have to work locally and then peripherally from the local. That's how you're going to network and win a broader audience. In Panama, it's an interesting place because we are so small. So you can actually do a top down and a ground up. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. But when I was going down the road of Panasea, coincidentally, we had 2 other entities in our area, actually 3, actually 4, that were also forming at the same time. We are near a world-class yacht marina, which also had to get some major permits. We are near a world-class conservation center, which also has permits that comply with the CITES treaties. And we are near a coral reef restoration project. So what we did was join forces and showed the local politicians that we are a force to be reckoned with. So, and that we're going to help them, help us help them, right? We're going to create jobs. We're going to do community engagement projects. But you have to show the benefits of your work to the local politicians and win them over, the local leaders of your community. We had the big advantage that 20 years ago, a company was started right where Panasea is today, and it was called Open Blue. And now they're the largest open ocean cage farming fish facility in the world practically. And they started where our hatchery is currently. So we did have a big advantage with that as well. And then just proving to those local leaders that they need us as much as we need them. Okay, next slide. Next slide, when I was talking about ground up, top down, this is a picture of a conference I attended recently, and this is our current Minister of Environment, who happens to be a very close personal friend. So when I say it's top down and ground up, Panama, you're 1 degree of separation from the people who can further your agenda. Thank goodness. And our current Minister of Environment, I'm very happy to say, has made aquaculture a priority. And so we have his ear and he's very favorable. He wants a report from me after this meeting to see who else is on the call. And so I really see a big push regionally now with this environmental minister to get a lot of cool things done. Also, we fall under, I don't know where you fall under in your countries. Aquaculture falls under the Ministry of Agriculture. And so we have to win them over as well, which is an easy stretch. Again, you're 1 degree of separation, but you have to figure out that government train, like who controls what you need to be able to do. Okay, next slide. So I was just addressing government. Now I'm going to talk to you about networking with civic organizations. So my husband and I happen to be very big in the Rotary Club in Panama. And so through that, we were winning over the civic organizations. I've actually been a speaker at the Rotary Club talking about aquaculture. Wherever you are in the Caribbean, you probably have Kiwanis, Lions Club, Elks Club, some of these civic organizations. And then I highly recommend volunteering to be a speaker, to get on their radar, so that then you have access to their network. These civic organizations are worldwide and they have a lot of money. You wouldn't believe it, but even during COVID, I was on a lot of Zoom calls with Rotary worldwide, and they all were very collegial and collaborative. So definitely get out there and network with the civic groups. Okay, next slide. Also, wherever you are, you're going to have chambers of commerce. Panama has a proliferation of every chamber of commerce you can imagine. The Panama Chamber, the American Chamber, the British Chamber, the Swiss Chamber, the European Chamber. I mean, it's crazy. But guess what? I get my name out there. I get my face out there. I go to all these events. I wear my little pin, and I have my business card, which, thank you, Julie, says Women in Caribbean, or Caribbean Aquaculture Hub. It's my calling card, and they want to know more about what we're doing. So wherever you are located, get on the radar of your Chamber of Commerce. They will be able to be a big help to you. Okay, next slide. Universities. I hear a lot of you are the girl who's actually on staff at Florida University. I want to talk to you after. What I did, I went back to my university, right? And I got an MOU, an affiliation right away with our School of Agriculture, because aquaculture falls under that too. And wow, that's super helpful, super collegial, super great. So through them, we've gotten interns, we've got collaboration. We've gotten our university to do all of our food science testing. Actually, I'm interested in talk to the pathologist because up to now, all of our data has come back that we have no pathogens at all. So that's kind of a cool thing. But through the university affiliations, we've been able to sign an MOU. We have research affiliations. We've been able to provide internships. We are a host for classes. So people come down as part of a semester course to see what we're doing. And then certifications. We're now actually peripherally through this. We're going down the road for a certification process in mangrove restoration through the university. So that's exciting as well. So the more you can network with universities and get those MOUs, they all want to come down and visit you because you're in cool places, and especially in the winter. So keep that in mind. Next slide. Volunteer. Okay, girls, get out there and volunteer. That's another networking skill. Volunteer for anything that is in an aligned mission with your mission. Panama, we have 2 entities that are doing very good work with coral reef restoration, and I volunteer with both of them. There are plenty of nonprofits here that do a lot of good. Mar Alliance, actually, they started in Belize. They're primarily in shark conservation, but now they're based in Panama and they've branched out. So I'm affiliated with them. The Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute is here. The lady who mentioned that there's not enough scientific data, please reach back out to me, because we have access to the Smithsonian database. We're the only Smithsonian outside of Washington, D.C. And our scientists are publishing all the time. We got in there early on, and they started doing data and science publishing on particularly our 3 species of sea cucumbers. But now they're using us as a hub for urchins, sea moss. I want to talk to the lady also in Union Island about that, because there's some studies going on about that. But the whole point of this is volunteering is another great networking tool. And in our area also, we do beach cleanups and we do science education for the kids. So all volunteer, but it's another really good way to get your face out there. Okay, next slide. After the volunteering. Yeah, so the other thing, this is my favorite saying, follow the money, right? So wherever you are, somebody has to pay for what you're doing. So if you can follow the money, find out where the grants are. I heard you talking about, what is it tomorrow's? Oh, Hatch. Okay, good example. So during COVID, we got in there and we started writing grant proposals. So we applied to X Prize. I didn't put Hatch in there, but that's a good one to add. We applied for the Zayed Sustainability Prize. We started applying for all of these prizes because they have money attached to them, right? And then engaging in all these regional, national, international funding institutions. The Inter-American Development Bank is very interested in what we're doing, all of us regionally. So I would highly network with them. If you're on the WhatsApp group, you saw that I attended a summit back in May, and I met a gentleman, I think also from St. Kitts, who runs a development bank. It's on our chat, you can look it up. But the Central American Fund, the World Bank, the International Finance Corp. Some of you also have access to Peace Corps volunteers. I didn't put that in there, but if you do, I highly recommend using them, because if you write a grant and substantiate it, they can help you. If you recognize this picture, this is Jessica Garvey, Guy Harvey's daughter. A lot of you know her from her history in Jamaica and the Caribbean. And they have a foundation which also gives money. Okay, next slide. I know I only have 5 more minutes, but I'm almost done. Anybody on the call recognize who this guy is? I call him the Mick Jagger of aquaculture, and he loves it. Dr. Benetti, as you probably know, is like one of the gurus of aquaculture. So get to be friends with him. Try and attend as many conferences, another networking tool, seminars, forums, any of these think tanks. I know Julianne is very good at that. I'm not as good as getting funding to attend. The ones I attend, I usually end up paying for, but if you ever find out how I can attend for free, I'd be your new best friend. But these seminars are magic for networking and getting your message out there. Next slide. Diplomats, ladies, I'm going to tell you, I go to all these events where all the diplomats are. And the reason is embassies have money. They have grant money to do community engagement. They have money to do scientific research. They have money to do environmental. A lot of this money is geared toward climate change. Most of our projects are either climate related, food safety related, community engagement related, but go to your local embassies and consulates. You may not have actual embassies located where you are, but this is a picture of me. You might know him, Jerome. He's our Trinidadian commerce attaché in Panama. He loves what we do. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to find you money and we're going to do all these projects. So the diplomats, ladies, are a very good source of networking. Next slide. So yeah, diplomacy, scholarships. Oh, the other thing, yeah, keep that slide. But the other thing I was going to say about diplomats, they have money for scholarships. So you could actually apply and then they can send you somewhere to get special training. Social media. I know if you're shy, you don't like social media, you don't know how to use it, but it's the digital age and we have to make social media our best friend. I am actually, this was me at a music festival 3 nights ago in Panama. Has nothing to do with aquaculture, But this guy happens to be a social media influencer in Panama. And when I started talking, he's Chinese, obviously. So I started talking to him about sea cucumbers, and he's like, wow, that's so cool. I eat them. I want to come see what you're doing. So you never know who you're going to meet. Also, make your presence known on all the digital platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I personally don't have TikTok, but I know, TikTok can be a powerful tool, especially for the funny, catchy videos. And all of this helps you to widen your audience, and it engages the young people. So my last thing I'm going to leave you with, which takes me to exactly my 15 minutes. Last slide. Anybody know who this hunk on wheels is? So the reason I say, yeah, that's Thor. Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, that's him.
So here's what's funny. So I happen to be at a meeting with Worldview. They're a foundation out of Norway that restores mangrove, right? So I'm at this conference, and we're sitting there, and this guy walks by. Well, I don't know who the heck he is, but the guy from Worldview from Norway says, oh my gosh, that's Chris Hemsworth from Thor. So I jump up, I grab my picture with him. My point of the story is I happened to be there at a meeting for aquaculture, and he walked by. He was in Panama attending some sessions at the Panama Stem Cell Clinic. But the point of this last slide is have fun, get out there, because you never know who you're going to meet while you're networking for your mission. And then my last message is please keep in touch. All my information is in LinkedIn, in the book. Julianne has all my contact. And I want to hear from each and every one of you so that we can broaden our circle. Thank you for your time.
Rosalind, thank you so much.
Rimini, I didn't mean.
No, you don't have to, Rosalind, you don't have to mute, because you're going to have to talk to us again, because I'm sure the ladies have questions for you. So,
okay,
yes.
For some reason, now it put me, okay. Am I?
You're fine.
Clear. Ladies, please indicate.
Okay.
If you're hearing her loud and well.
Yes. And I forgot to say in the beginning. So the Caribbean Aquaculture Hub became official last year as a nonprofit, and Roz was one of those ladies that really helped me to move forward into actually making it an organization. We had long conversations when I was in the Bahamas in 2023, and I'm not sure where I wanted to take it, and just speaking to Roz really gave me that courage to make the next step. So that is, what networking does. You meet the people who can help you to make the decisions that you need to make.
That's awesome. Ladies, I'm sure you have a plethora of questions. So Rosalind, just to recap what you said. You said, get out there. I saw that you said, get out there. I saw that you said, get in touch with persons like diplomats and the civic organizations, get in touch with your local universities and international if you can. And of course, you never know, you met Thor. You never know what he may have for you as well. So, I don't know, I'll ask everybody to ask a question. Starting with anyone, you can just throw questions. I have a plethora, but I will allow you to ask first.
Rosalind, I have no questions, but I do have to go. If you need me, you know where to find me. All right. Bye, ladies.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Patrice. Thanks for coming.
Roz, can you tell us what CITES, what is the definition of CITES?
The CITES Treaty is a worldwide treaty that prohibits the trafficking of endangered animals across country lines. So any of you who are doing any aquaculture where you're exporting, you have to comply with this treaty and make sure you're not capturing animals out of their native environment that might be endangered or even in the possibly even going extinct. So Panama is very familiar with the CITES Treaty. So as we're going down this road, like I say, I have two entities right in my backyard that are complying with the CITES Treaty. One is a coral restoration entity, and they actually have permits to send coral polyps across country lines to reestablish endangered coral in other nearby countries. And my other one is a neighbor who runs a conservation center, and he actually exports, he breeds exotic endangered birds and exports them to repopulate them in other countries nearby. So we are no stranger to the CITES treaties, and that's a big benefit. So if you're going down the road of aquaculture and you're looking at growing either a plant or an animal that might be in danger, you're going to be friendly with the CITES treaty. I don't know what it stands for, CITES, something, I don't know. It's a United Nations worldwide treaty. But sea cucumbers classified for that because since the Chinese had been fishing them out of all the waters, there was a worldwide ban on being able to do anything with them. So, and there are a few other animals that are in that same category, but there's an easy way to get around that by breeding them, proving that you can breed them in captivity from spawn to adult. Yeah, thank you, Jeressa, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Jerisha. I was just about to look on the side. Oh, my internet is unstable. But yes, go ahead. Are you finished, Rosalind? You are finishing.
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Can't believe I just had a slip of the memory. But yes, Rosalind, thank you so much for that. In terms of CITES for Jamaica, just to piggyback on what Rosalind is saying, for us here, we have persons who are involved in ornamental production. And so from time to time, when they are about to import fish into the country to add to their list of ornamental fish that they already have, we have to check as the governing body, we have to check the CITES website to see and ensure that they are not importing any endangered, critically endangered, or almost going extinct fish into the country. Once they have met that criterion, we find that they are not on the CITES list, then they are, yes, allowed to. We give a letter of permission to allow them to. There are some other processes that they will have to go through, particularly with other entities such as the Veterinary Services Division, who ultimately gives a permit. But just to show you from Jamaica's perspective, in terms of aquaculture, how it is that we collaborate using the CITES website. Yeah, so one of the things though, Rosalind, that you must tell us about, which all of us, if not me, suffer from at some point in time. So we are we are excited. Yes, I see Chris Hemsworth. I'm going to approach him for money. I'm going to say, hey, I'm a part of this oyster production group and we need money to buy equipment. I'm heading towards him. And then there's a lump in my throat and I swallow it and I turn back or I stop and I'm frozen. What do we do? That's my question.
Well, Leanne, I think it's that I'm a lot older than you and I'm a lot more, I have chutzpah. So I just go right in there. Well, I didn't actually ask him for money. That was a good idea though. Next time I might do that. But it's all about having fun. If in the back of your mind, whatever it is you're doing, if you're not having fun along the way with the journey, then, you know, think about it as just fun. What's the worst that could happen, right?
That's so true. That is so true. That is so true. Ladies, please go ahead. Any questions? Let's interact for a bit. I know we have some burning. It doesn't have to be questions. It could also be thoughts and contributions. Go right ahead.
I have a question for Marceline about sea moss. Are you doing something called isinglass? I don't know if she's listening. Marceline in Union Island in the Grenadines. Oh, she's
Island
here.
glass. No, I use CMOS to produce cosmetics. I also do dietary supplements, and I do some food and beverage as well.
And tell me, do you process it through to finished product, or are you exporting it?
I am only focusing on the local market currently, but I do process it from dry to finished products.
Okay, the reason I'm asking, on the Caribbean coast of Panama, there is this mystic about a product called isinglass. Maybe some of you know about this. It's a very Caribbean thing. And it really originally was a gel that was contained in the swim bladder of a fish. But in the last 50 years, it's an extract of sea moss. And so you often see people on the road selling jars. It comes from a sea moss, but the men believe that it gives them sexual potency. So for those of you in the Caribbean, does this ring a bell? Does this sound familiar?
The isinglass, I've heard the term, but in terms of persons consuming it for sexual potency, not so much. It has now gone over to more Irish moss.
Irish moss, yeah.
Yeah, so Irish moss is the product that helps with that. Also,
supposedly.
No, but you know, that's how they market it.
But as a Gracilaria species.
Right.
Oh, so okay, that's what I wanted to know. Marceline, you're producing Gracilarias?
So Maslin, value-added products. I do production or cultivation where we cultivate, meaning we plant them in the sea, just like the coral restoration.
Right.
We do the Cotomaido and some species of Gracilaria.
Okay.
It is different to the Irish moss out of Jamaica. It's a completely different, you know, the makeup and stuff. But we have to understand that it is a water-based plant and it feeds from the water itself. So the nutrients in the water, they kind of have this similarity. It's just that it's just like tomatoes, you have a different species.
Okay,
When
if
it
you can
comes
drop into the chat the genus species, that's all I need for now, but that would be a big help. Thanks. There's people I'm talking to that are very interested in Gracilarius cultivation near us.
Also, the gel that you're speaking about, the sea moss is used highly for that. And as you said, for potency and, you know, sex driving men and thing, it has been tested and proven in the Caribbean. It doesn't only go for that, but that is just a selling point. But they have so much more benefits when you talk about the sea moss, the gel, and because it's getting so popular now, this is why a lot of us are doing more value-added products, which come from the same gel.
Okay, just drop it in the chat and I'll take it from there. Thank you so much.
Can I just say a word here? I've been listening to you ladies and it's just wonderful what's going on here. But you know, there's a 10-step program that we could use to help you actually grow your businesses. And it's, you know, it's a step because psychologically, if somebody is getting frozen up when you have to talk to somebody, you're not going to be able to expand your businesses or talk to anybody. And it's a good idea to take a 10-step program to get the courage to go and talk to other people.
That's great. Thank you so much, Rohini. Could you put that information in the chat for us, please?
Yeah, I will.
Great. No problem. I see Gerisha's hand up. Go ahead, Gerisha.
I have a question. So your facility in Panama, I have a question about the facility itself. Are you using recirculating systems or an open system?
So we're recirculating. We take ambient water because these are animals that are native to the area. We take ambient water in, we store it in a holding tank, we filter it to take out any, our biggest problem are copepods in the larval stage. That's really the only parasite or predator that we have to worry about. And then we use tanks, and then we filter nutrient water, which is a mix of algal paste with diatoms, filter that back into the tanks, aerate them with the nitrogen and oxygen and hydrogen mixtures. And then, yeah, so proper hatchery, just, yeah.
Lovely, thank you.
So we may want to have Lisa just tell us a little bit more about the Caribbean Academy of Science. We have a few more minutes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead,
All right.
Lisa.
I just have a couple of slides here to make it go fast.
Lisa, that's great. Go ahead. Put
Yeah.
it in presenter mode.
So this is the Caribbean Academy of Science. It originated from the an informal.
Sorry, Lisa,
discussion.
can you put it on the sharing screen? You still have it in work mode.
I said go to slideshow.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's all. Let me get that slideshow. All right, from beginning. Okay. All right, so.
All
right.
Presenter's view.
Okay, let me start.
All right, Lisa, do you want to send me the presentation and let me try and do it for you?
This one.
Okay.
I don't know why it's so difficult. Escape. Okay.
Girls,
So
unfortunately, I'm going to have to log off. Julie, I'm going to have to log off because I have to go to the Caribbean coast now. And
Thanks,
my
Ross.
ride is waiting. But we'll talk on the next one. Thank you, ladies. Reach out to me.
That's what I was going to say. I need to reach out.
We will.
We will. Thank you so much.
Okay, is it working now?
It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, so the Caribbean Academy of Sciences started at the International Council of Scientific Unions, 1986. A number of different areas, NatSci, Agri, Eng, Men, and they even included SOSI. Originally, it was just UE, but they now include everyone. We have participation from a number of different countries. So it has a regional, the structure is that there's a regional executive, but you also have groups within the different countries. And the major countries that you have strong contributions from are Jamaica, TNT, Barbados, Guadeloupe, Guyana, Antigua, and Barbuda. All right, so there's a website and there's also a LinkedIn presence. We were present at the side events of the International Science Council in 2024. There was a SIDS conference in Antigua and Barbuda, and this is the present regional executive. So with respect to publications, I spoke earlier on, I said we could do more writing. So we have conferences. So we expect to have a conference in Barbados in Cave Hill. That was supposed to be Cave Hill, 28th, 29th of November. And a book, an abstract book is made from the presentations at that conference. So this is one thing that I wanted to bring to your presence. So at conferences, usually we could have like workshops from on different topics. So this is something that you can do, get together and do something on aquaculture. Some presentations on aquaculture, some training. You could target either scientists or if you want to do something for farmers, it's all up to you. Now, why I'm not saying more about this conference at this time is that they have to advertise it. So when we do conferences, it's the country that would organize the conference. And so Barbados still has to send out the notice, right? So this is something to look out for. As soon as they send out their notice, I will send it in on WhatsApp, and you can disseminate it, right? There's also a newsletter that's quarterly, and that is at the regional level. And so I'll send you information about how you can get your articles into this newsletter. We also have a guest seminar series. This is a webinar. So you can also present a topic at the webinar on, and, decide as an organization what topics you want to present there as well. Yeah, so as far as CAS is concerned, these are the things. Also, there will be another opportunity for presentations. The School of Vet Medicine is doing the 16th biannual meeting of the Society for Tropical Vet Medicine. This is an international organization, and we have the opportunity to present. So this is another opportunity that you have to present your work as scientists. Okay, so that briefly is what I wanted to say today. And you can also, I am the treasurer of the Trinidad and Tobago of the CAS, right? So you can always, ask me if you have any questions. And my contact information is in the chat.
So I just wanted to say that, we need to have more publications, but not only definitely from our scientists in the group, we need to see, but they don't necessarily have to be peer-reviewed, meaning research articles. We need more articles that can just talk about your work, what you're doing, with lots of pictures. We're in a digital age. So we have different publications. We have the Caribbean Academy of Science. We have the World Aquaculture Science magazine. But if we don't start putting out more publications, the world won't know what is happening in the Caribbean. So for the next 2 years, we are really pushing to see that anyone comes on our networking meeting. If you don't like to write, just send us what you want us to help you with along with the photos, and we can publish on your behalf with your name and your information.
That is awesome. We do need to get some more information up there. I think the Caribbean has a tendency to be a bit exclusive. We do a lot of work, as Dr. Russo says, we do a lot of work. I think what happens is that most of us really the effort to push the information out there is not really very strong, because I think culturally, we tend to be like, okay, we do the work, all right, move on to the next. We're not a culture that really celebrates a lot. So the little wins, maybe our generation, the generation after us, maybe they are now learning to celebrate the little wins, and so they will tend to post a lot. But for persons in my generation and maybe about a generation below me and those above me, we don't celebrate our wins, and I think that's something that we need to do. Thank God the Caribbean also has a strong mindset for allowing women to grow and to move and to fly, because as women in the Caribbean, we really don't allow anything to stop us. We go ahead and we forge our own paths, and we make sure that whatever is done as best as possible. Programs and meetings like this will propel us forward. We need to come out of the shadows. We need to embrace these networking events. We need to also understand that we are of value. It's not that we're saying we are less than. It is that we actually should, and it's okay to know our worth. And it's okay to put our information out there. And we're not being too cocky. We're not being too self-centered. What it is that we are showing the world at large that we are able to solve problems as well. And if the world knows, that's when the money will start coming in. And so I'll implore everybody today to use this opportunity, this networking meeting, this opportunity to put your ideas out there and not be afraid to say them. Nobody is going to tell you, oh, that's impossible, it can't work. Nobody is going to say, that's a stupid idea. Nobody is going to say, you are crazy. Absolutely no to that idea. More persons would be willing to assist you where they can. And so I think Kay, through the Caribbean Aquaculture Network, through the Women in Caribbean Aquaculture entities, is trying to get everybody to come together. So we're working on coming together as a network, as a group, and then having each individual have a role to play, and then we go out there and dispense whatever information is there. So Lisa, thank you so much for your presentation. I saw where you were. Could you just bring up back your screen? I saw where you were showing us something. What was it that you were showing us, Lisa? You're unmute, Lisa.
Sorry, I was just showing the newsletter. So this was the last newsletter I actually had with my OGT, had an article in it. So it's resilience to climate change.
Yes.
But so this is the newsletter, and this is where you know, you could have your average article about aquaculture. So this would be a good place to start, and then with our conferences and so on, I really hope that you know, you all would decide to do a session once the ad comes out. Yeah.
No problem. Could you also put that information where we can access that newsletter, if possible, please, and thank you.
Sure. All right, so I'll put some of them in.
All right, so I want to ask everybody one thing that stood out to them today. So we can go ahead, whoever wants to do first, go ahead. Hi, Grace, by the way, nice to see you here on our networking session.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi. All right, so we can go ahead. Garisha, you're up.
I just enjoyed listening to the breadth of everyone's different the width and breadth of everybody's different focus areas. This is my first year kind of being fully in aquaculture, so I'm really glad to see that there's a variety of different kinds of work going on. So I'm excited to learn more.
All right, great. Grace, I know we came in on about the tail end, but did you hear anything and what stood out
I
to you?
actually did.
Tell us more about yourself.
Yes. Okay, so I am on the board of directors for Caribbean Aquaculture Hub, and I'm also the Sustainable Development Director at Island Innovation. I'm also the founder of Budding Farmers Jamaica. And I met Julie almost, is it 5 years ago, I think? When this was just in the infancy stage.
You are one of the seeds of the ideas. November 2021 in pandemic.
2021.
Yes.
And it was a pleasure meeting her. The ideas behind this is great, and I think it's worth exploring and us pushing. What I got from the session in just a few minutes that I came on is that we need to be bold. We need to be willing to push the barriers and also to get the word out there. And that means more writing. What articles are we putting out? Articles could also be creative expression. So if it is in a poem, if it's in a research that you did, if it's in a song, whatever this creative expression is, let us do it, because everything that we put out would cater to someone. So that's it.
Thanks, Grace. So I think we have to wrap up, Leanne.
Right. Thank you everyone for attending our networking session. Before I close, I'd love everyone to just, if you can, put your information. Please subscribe to our newsletter. Our esteemed CEO has placed it in the chat, but I'd love for you to put it in there again after so that everybody has it readily available. Please browse the K network. We have a website that gives you information on who we are, what it is that we do. We have our YouTube page. We also have, we are on LinkedIn as well. And we have a plethora and network of individuals who are ready, willing, and able to help you to propel forward, especially in aquaculture. If possible, please put your LinkedIn profile so that we can make this networking session worthwhile. If you have any publications, please put it in. I'm gonna put mine in, as a matter of fact, before I finish. So just don't be shy to share your information. You never know where things may end up. So are there any final words from you, Julie?
No, well, please let us know what you want from this group. We had at least 38 women sign up for the networking. So we're only going to be having maybe 3 of these kinds of meet and greets a year. We will have other networking through our Caribbean Aquaculture Network platform, but specifically for women, let us know what it is that you're looking for, what you're interested in, so that we can make it more, worth your time to come to these networking. So just drop us a line at the email or DM or LinkedIn and just tell us what you're interested in.
All right, ladies. If we have no more comments, final call for comments. If there are no more comments, I want to say thank you so much for coming to our session. It was very good to have you. Please look out for our next session, which will be advertised on our social media pages. Stay tuned. Again, thank you so much for attending. My name is Leanne Morris Bennett, and I do hope that we made your Saturday excellent. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks.